what I noticed about this particular birthday, so since the last time I saw you, I turned 45. And what I noticed about this particular birthday was that I was more reflective than I've been in previous birthdays, even my 40th, even when I turned 40, I feel like I've been even more reflective being in the middle of my 40s now. Um, but I was also so thankful and so joyful. And I ended up taking a trip to Chicago for 3 days. It was sort of last minute, but not really, because I still did a little bit of planning, but it ended up being bigger than I anticipated because I initially was going to go because one of my favorite musicians, Judith Hill, was performing. And then I found out another one of my favorite musicians was performing in a cabaret show, Liv Warfield. And then there was the Prince immersive experience that was taking place in Chicago, that's still taking place in Chicago. And so it just ended up being this trip where I had a specific event for each day that just lined up back to back over the course of the 3 days. And I just made it a trip. And I went by myself, stayed at an Airbnb, rented a car, just got around. I got an amazing massage that was so healing. And when I say healing, I mean that, because this young lady put her hands on me and worked out knots that had been in my body for probably a year. And I have not felt the same since. So that was amazing. And I went to two very inspiring shows. I saw Liv Warfield suspend herself in midair while singing. And I saw Judith Hill take these insane guitar solos, one after the next. And then I met up with someone who I had met online initially, Drea. We had met online initially, and I met her in real life, and we went to the Prince immersive experience. And then she treated me to lunch for my birthday, which was just, it was so lovely. I had a lovely birthday. And I was very emotional at different points because I was so thankful, and still am very thankful to be alive, and very thankful for the life that I have, the way I live my life, the things I am doing. And I took a break from making videos just really for the month of September because offline I am doing what at times can be very soul breaking research. And I may discuss that at some point, but I do a lot of soul breaking, heartbreaking research. And as a result, I need to conserve as much energy as I can. So I take breaks from certain things that require a lot of time and energy. So that's why I took a break from this for a little while, because balancing the two can be challenging sometimes. But I love being middle aged. I really do. And growing up, I was surrounded by the most adventurous, stylish, brilliant older women, always, my entire life. I was very much socialized around adults, and I was always around old folks. So I was always surrounded by the realities of getting older and aging and what that looks like, what it feels like in your body, your bones, the jokes about predicting weather. It's very real. It's very, very real. Like your bones become a barometer. It's like that is more accurate than any meteorologist. And are just pains that show up and stretches and things you can do to kind of alleviate, but the realities of like stiffness and what's going on in your bones. And I did the very responsible thing of getting a mammogram like in the weeks leading up to my birthday. Everything's fine with that. So it's just these different, I'm in the age now where you have to do screenings and you pay attention to what your body's doing, your skin and swelling and just aches and pains, and you're paying attention to. You're very aware of your body, paying attention to how your body responds when you eat certain things. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I think ultimately what I want to say is that I love my life. I love who I am. I love being in this body. I love the work that I'm doing, not just academically, professionally, but just the work I'm doing in the day to day mundane life, the relationships I have, the ones I have let go of. I'm finding that as I get more clarity, I also am more uncertain. The dichotomies kind of pick up. But I think what I'm noticing with myself is that I'm okay with not knowing. I'm okay with not knowing. I don't have to know. I don't have to understand fully. It just adds to the adventure of life, I think. And one of the main things that has been consistent throughout my life is adventure. I've had a lot of adventure throughout my life, and certainly throughout my adult life. And I don't know that I gave much thought to what my life would be like at 45. I'm not even doing what I thought I would be doing at 45. But I don't even know that I hung everything off of that, where that was so make or break. Like I have to be doing A, B, and C by the time I am. That's the kind of thing that gives you anxiety. That's the kind of thing that if you have not reached a particular goal at a particular time, that's the kind of thing that can drive you crazy. And it's not fair to yourself. It's almost like I am this is like part two of me or something. I don't know. But it's exciting and it's cool because I now feel like I am becoming, or I am, those women that I looked up to when I was younger. The women that I looked at and thought, I took little bits and pieces from each of them and said, that's the kind of person I want to be when I'm that age. And I really feel like I am. I am that person and I am becoming that person. And it's overwhelming. It's overwhelmingly beautiful. I still really miss my mom a lot, a whole lot. And I think about her often. And this time of year, I love fall. It's my favorite season. It's fall in the United States right now, but I also kind of prepare myself for seasonal depression. And I know that part of that depression is uh, still missing my mom and her specific kind of love, her specific kind of cheerleading that I miss. I miss that very, very much. And there are some parts of my life that I do find to be difficult or challenging because I don't have that kind of love in my life, that level of love in my life. And that can be very challenging sometimes, very difficult sometimes. But I still try to love that way. I try to love the way I long to be loved. And that is, that's a beautiful part of being alive too, is trying to love the way you love being loved. So I want to get better at that and I want to grow in that. And then there's just some other really exciting things and possibilities that are kind of forming that I'm so thrilled about. So this may be like the start of some kind of series or something. I don't know, about aging or getting older, getting older in yourself that doesn't have to do with, how desirable you are to somebody else or your worth in youth. And I kind of want to, I feel like those conversations are done to death, but I may do something, maybe one or two other parts to this where I could just kind of talk about kind of falling in love with yourself as you age and what that looks like. And again, that will be my experience. So what I'm saying is true for me. It may not be true for some people. Have a very difficult time aging for multiple reasons. And I don't care um, how you present. There are always things going on in your body that some of which you do know about and some of which you do not know about. So that's a reality too. And a reality that expands as you get older. So I just wanted to share about where my head is right now and the absolute joy and beauty I am experiencing at being 45 and um, how excited I am about the future. So thanks for, I'm smacking and sucking my teeth a lot. Sorry about that, but thanks for enduring this while I'm just kind of improvising. But I'm just thankful, and I'm thankful to anyone who's listening to this or watching this. So thanks for hanging in there with me, and thanks for your patience. Yeah, no nice, perfect bow to tie all this up, but that's just that's just where I am today.